Hello everybody, I am Naina from the Department of English. Today I will deal with a poetry section, Charge of the Light Brigade by Alfred Tennyson. Now I would like to tell you about the background of this poetry. This is mainly, as all of you are aware of, the Crimean War which took place, which is a very popular war or recorded in the history of Europe, the Crimean War between Russia and England. Now Crimean War took place around 1853 to 1856. It was a news which was carried out all over the world in the newspapers, in the magazines, and it also spoke about the valor of the British army as well as the Russian army. Let us move by stanza, line by line. Now coming to the first stanza here, I have given the original content as well as some of the references made there. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death, rode the 600. Now there is a repetition of the word half a league. Now half a league adds to the constant moving of the army. Now there is a move that is given. The commander is giving an order, that is to move forward, and every now and then they are moving forward, and that is why it is called as half a league. And this is adding to the poetry. Now there is a repetition in the two lines that we come. The third line talks about all in the valley of death. This is very important for us to know. What is this valley of death? There is a reference in the Bible, and also there is a biblical reference where it is said that it is a dangerous zone. Whoever have fought war in this particular zone, we see large number of death has taken place. That is why it is called the valley of death. Rode the 600. Now who are these 600? 600 with the 600 English soldiers. There were only 600 in number, that is why it is referred there, rode the 600. Then next line we have a direct speech by the officer. Who is the officer? The name is not given to us, anonymous it is. Forward the light brigade, charge forth the guns, he said. Now this is a direct speech. He is giving an order. He is asking his soldiers just move forward, and the soldiers had to obey his orders. That is why we see this order. I have just highlighted it in an inverted comma because it is a direct speech, and we do not know who is the person, who is the officer giving us this order. Next, into the valley of death rode the 600. Now the soldiers were following the command. Whether the command was with the whatever intention, whether it was with the intention that they had to fight the war, whether it was the order given by the superiors, but we see the soldiers were obedient and they were following the orders given by their officer. That is why they rode, the 600 soldiers moved forward. Next stanza, if you see here, forward the light brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew, someone had blundered, theirs not to make a reply. Now the interpretation is who has given this order, whether there was a mistake in this order, whether this order was known to everybody. Therefore this interpretation comes. Forward the light brigade, we have nothing to do. The soldiers were mindset that we are just moving forward. That is why they just followed the orders. Was there a man dismayed? Now here the soldiers are understanding, or was there a mistake in the order that was given? With this small number, are we supposed to fight a war? That was the question there. And the soldiers were just thinking, was there a mistake in the order given? Was there some communication problem? But nobody bothered about it. Is it a mistake or whatsoever? Their duty was to obey to the order, so they just moved forward. Next line. Not though the soldier knew, someone had blundered. All of them were aware. Somebody had committed a mistake. Now whose mistake? Whatever be the mistake, they did not want to go into the inquiry or don't want to find out what is the reason. They say it is not our time now to question who has given this order, why is this order, whether this is right, whether this is wrong. This was not the question. Theirs not to make a reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to die, but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Now let us move forward. Let us not make inquiry who gave us this order, whether this order was correct, whether this decision was correct. This was not their concern. They did not want to find out. They didn't want to find out who is the person responsible for this. But now as soldiers, we have only two options. Either fight the war or just come, get back. Just that is the retreat. This is one. Now, as soldiers, retreating is not the question. Now, do and die situation they were in. So that is why they just move ahead. Let us go ahead. Whatever happens, let us go ahead. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Now, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Nobody can change it. We have decided we are going to fight for our motherland. We are going to do our best. That is what the soldiers think. And the 600 soldiers boldly march forward. Next, stanza 3, we have come here. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed with the shot and shell. Now here, cannon to the right of them. All of you are aware what is a cannon. Cannon is a machinery in the war field. It is a it is a machinery which is used in the war field. And now from all sides the soldiers are surrounded. Cannon to the right, cannon to the left, cannon in front of them. They felt they are trapped. They are trapped from all sides. And now what happens next? Volleyed and thundered. You can see a war in a battlefield, what type of situation they are in. There is a strong thunder of what? Not of the monsoon, but the sound of the bomb, the sound of the guns, the sound of the rifle. Everything could be heard all of a sudden. Bombarding taking place by the cannons was referred here. But what was the move of the soldiers? Boldly they rode and well into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell rode the 600. Now here we have to understand they didn't want to just investigate what is happening. They were moving slowly forward into where? Into the jaws of death. If you look at this line there, there is a personification. The jaws of death. The valley is represented as the soldiers are entering into the jaws of death. They are being trapped by death, and any time anything could happen. Like an animal becomes a prey of a stronger animal. They can't escape now. On all sides they are surrounded. They have to do or die situation. This is. So they are into the mouth of hell, and now the 600 have no other option. They move forward with all their might and valor. Next stanza, if we come, the fourth stanza, flashed all, what is the art of warfare is explained to us in this stanza. Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army, while all the world wondered, plunged in the battery of smoke. Now here, if you look, I've just given a small picture there. What is the type of warfare they use? Now, when it is a war situation, all of us are aware. What are the different types of weapons they can use? They can use the swords, they can use the sabers, they can use the rifles, they can use the different types of guns. This is the type. Now, this was a war which took place in 1853, if you remember, between Russia and England. Now here, the soldiers were trying their best. I'm talking from the point of view of England. The soldiers were doing their best. They did not want the enemies to come closer. They were protecting themselves. They were fighting at the same time. So they were trying to use their weapons on all the four sides possible. They were trying to move around in all directions and prevent the enemies coming towards them. You can see that the gunners were charging in all directions, but somehow they protected themselves. All the world, now there was news going on. Only 600 have gone to the battlefield. Who knows what is happening? And the entire world is given a message. There is a terrific war going on. People are in danger. Anything might happen. Now this is the news carried out throughout the world. People are waiting. They are waiting for the situation to see what is going to happen in this battlefield. Right through the line they broke, Cossack and Russian, reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Now this line talks about the end of the war, towards the end, the climax of the war. We see they crossed the borders. Some of them were coming closer to the enemy. So all of them were close to each other. Both the Russians and the England army were close to each other. Some of them fell injured, some of them fell dead on the battlefield, and then it says the war finally came to an end. Then they rode back. Who are they? They are the 600. But the last line says, but not the 600. Now, when they went to the battlefield, they were 600. Now, when they are coming back, they are not 600. Let us see here. Again, the repetition of these lines: cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell. Now, if you see this stanza here, it is a repetition. When they came back, it is the same situation, but the battlefield has become a very silent place, a devilish monster with all blood stains, with all injured people, with all dead bodies are lying there. Now, while horse and hero fell, that they had fought so well, came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of 600. Now this stanza, if you look at very carefully, it is talking about not only men, but what about the horses on which they were riding? Some of the horses fell on the ground, they were badly injured, they fell on the ground. But whatever, till the last moment, either the soldier or the person who was there on the cavalry didn't give up. A soldier on foot as well as the soldiers who were on horseback never gave up. They fought till their end. They came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell. As I told you earlier, it was not the 600 who are coming back. There were only few who are coming back at the end of the war. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made. All the world wondered. Honor the charge they made. Honor the Light Brigade, noble 600. Now, what about the people who are dead and gone? When they went to the war, they were 600. Now, when they are returning, they are not 600. But then, victory was towards their end, that is towards their side. England won the war, but whom are they are talking about? Whom are they glorifying? They are trying to keep in memory the people who have sacrificed, the soldiers who have sacrificed their life in the battlefield. All the world wondered, how could the 600 win the war? That was the surprise to the entire world there. How could it happen? But the 600 did their best. The 600 gave their last breath. Till then they fought. That is what we find. Now the whole world is talking about how to honor them, how to glorify them. It is not enough that you just you just remember the victory that they have given to you. Remember each and every individual who has given you this victory. Now they are honored. The dead ones also are honored. They are remembered. Honor the Light Brigade, the noble 600. Now in memory of them, lot of arrangements were made, and now they are gone into history. The people who have sacrificed their life have gone into history, and this is how the noble 600 brought in victory with the help of the Light Brigade. That is why the Light Brigade was honored. Yes. Thank you.